Hello everyone. Okay, it's been a while. Not really, about a week. But I've been mulling this over. I haven't used that word mulling in a long time. I don't know where it came from. In the deep recesses of the brain, I guess. But I've been thinking about this for a while. And I endeavor to be, and I say this so much, and I know you guys know this, but I endeavor to be who God has created me to be. I want to be that person when I show up to bring kindness, compassion, empathy, sincerity, authenticity, genuineness to whatever environment I find myself. So we are now about to embark upon fall, and it's beautiful. And when you think about the fall season, we oftentimes think about how the leaves on the trees are changing and that type of thing. But it made me think back on the different seasons. And I wrote some notes for myself as I was thinking about this, and I thought, as an individual, when you show up to any environment or any situation that you may be in, do you show up as winter? Meaning, do you show up always gloomy, never positive, always having a problem? Or do you show up as fall? Kind of like a chameleon. In other words, you kind of change like the leaves on the trees. You change depending upon your mood or wherever you are. Or do you show up as springtime? And in that season, it can be rainy, gloomy sometimes, a lot of rain, but there's always a rainbow that comes after that. So there's a glimmer of hope. Or do you show up as summertime, where it's bright and sunny and tropical and all is well with the world, unless we have a hurricane or something like that? So it made me go back to what I wrote in my essay, Show Up. And again, for you guys who have the book, I'm on page 14. This is the book, Thoughts to Ponder, Discovering Your Authentic Self. And I wrote this. I want to show up like this. I wrote this. With a light so bright that you can calm a tense environment, or as a shadow of yourself, afraid of your reflection. So which one will it be? Because a dim light does very little for a dark room. And at the bottom I did something because I was talking about how you light a candle, and as long as you give the fire oxygen, it'll burn. But as soon as you cover it, the fire goes out. And so in my way of thinking, I thought our fire is the beautiful expression of our essence. It's that thing that sets us apart and announces to the world, I'm here and I'm worthy to be here. And this is what I came up with, and it means a lot to me. I can be a gift to you if you're interested, or you can cast me aside and lose out on a treasure. I'm not trying to be arrogant or braggadocious, but I am so clear as to who I am and what I can offer to the world. I am not the kind of person who's going to offer chaos or anything like that. I want to be somebody who comes in a room like summertime, like a breath of fresh air, like outside right now. It's a little breeze blowing, there's some sun, and it feels really good. Humidity is down. So one of the questions that I posed on page 61 was, what is your oxygen when you enter a space? How do you feel? What happens, and you won't know this, sometimes you will, but what happens when you leave? Do you leave the place better than you found it, or do you just complicate things because you showed up? So think about that. I just want you to reflect on it for a minute and kind of think about the seasons. And when you show up in an environment or in a situation, or if somebody calls you for advice or whatever it may be, make sure that you're showing up so that you can bring calmness. Don't let anybody take your oxygen away and cover you up. I call those people dimmers. Don't allow that, because at the end of the day, when you become clear as to who you are, who God created you to be, your authenticity, you'll be fine. And you'll be able to give people grace. Sometimes we have to do that. We have to give them grace because we recognize that they really don't know who they are. But as long as we are secure in that, then we can move through this world and make it a better place where we're planted. So, you have a blessed day. And again, if you want to get the book, you can get it from bookbaby.com, the publisher, or from Amazon, or from visiting my website, www.kcploveproductions.com, or however. But when you do, just let me know. Send me a comment so I can know how you're thinking about some things. And in the near future, I'm going to have a part 2 to another book seminar event, and I'll let you guys know when that is. So in the meantime, you have a blessed evening and be well.